Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 here today on the channel. We're back on the road to 56 modded Let's Play as Brazil. This is episode 3. In today's episode, we're going to be pushing and helping out the Mexicans in Central America. And yes, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Brazil will go to war with the United States. The Brazilian United States is the plan. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Feel free to leave a dislike if you want. That's why the button is there for. I'm full on democratic, so do whatever you want, because you're going to be doing what you want anyway, I guess. So, if you want to see more Hoi 4 on the channel, support it, and I'll do more. It's as simple as that. So, it's currently the 3rd of October, 1942. I've sent my Brazilian units to help out the Mexicans in their, second civil war? This is actually a different faction. This is Catholic Mexico. We're going to go out and try and help of the fascist regime. There was communist sympathies, there was allied sympathies, and now it looks like we're going to be able to bring Mexico into the Axis sphere of influence. So it's the 7th of October 1942. In the last two episodes, we've managed to conquer and unite South America. There still seems to be allied raiding and sort of annoyances there. We've got some Dutch, we've got some Aussies, and we've also got some Frenchmen trying to help us out. The Axis and Germans did incredibly well earlier on in the series. They knocked out France. They managed to take out Belgium and the Netherlands, but they're just sort of stuck. They declared war upon Poland in 1942, which is crazy. They only just then refused the ultimatum. And now they're sort of stuck in like Yugoslavia, and they're at war with the Soviets. So I really don't know how the war in Europe's going to go. Okay, so we're currently on the side of Catholic Mexico here. The states are eyeing us off on the border here. We do actually technically border them in Panama. So I've got a decent amount of military forces now. There's even French territory trying to help out the Mexicans there. Even some Canadians as well. But having Mexico on our side is massive. We're going to be able to use this as a launching pad into the States, because it's 1942. I'm surprised that there is still a non-aggression pact and neutrality between us and the Allied. Well, I'm surprised that the States haven't joined the Allied forces. But I really do fear about Germany. The Allies, once again, have always been an annoying naval presence, so they just continue, just like the AI, especially on this difficulty, they just tend to raid you constantly and bring, it's always Australians, Brazilians, and like Canadians and New Zealanders just invading you left, right, and centre. So this campaign will end in the future at some point once the Allies and Comintern either win or win against us, or it's just we crush them, they crush us, or it just turns into a massive grind that basically the world war goes into a halt. So the point I'm trying to make is this series will end in the not too soon future, so let me know what you'd like me to replace it with. I'm really thinking India. I haven't played as India before. Population wise, they're quite huge, pushing into maybe the Middle East. There's also China to deal with as well, and sort of going on our own path away from the British Raj. Yeah, I'm saying India because I think I'd rather do India rather than a puppet British Raj series, to be honest. Or we can maybe play as Romania in Eastern Europe there. It's in a really crucial and pivotal point because you can either go with the Soviets or against them and push into the Balkans, maybe even conquer like Bulgaria and Yugoslavia. So that's what I'm sort of thinking. Let me know feedback and suggestions in the comments. If you agree or disagree, maybe try and tier them. Austria and Mexico are still on the list as well. Okay, so Catholic Mexico is fully under our control. I've moved my armies up to the American border because the Americans, with the conquest of Mexico, have actually joined the Allies now, and they're actually planning to go to war with the Mexicans anyway. It looks like British Malayan forces have actually invaded there, so war with myself and the States is about to break out. Brazilian, Nicaraguan forces are there. So looking back in Europe, not too much has changed. They actually won that Yugoslavian war. Yay! Pat yourselves on the back, Germany. It only took you 4 years to take Bulgaria. That's what I hate when the AI gets... It's like, every time when I'm not playing as a major faction and like a Yugoslavian war breaks, I'm like, I hold my breath because it's a logistic nightmare and just can ruin wars either side. So, yeah. So, it looks like the Germans are going to win the war in Europe, which is fantastic, while we start this one here. They've also sent units down here, which we don't really need. We're still struggling to take out those pockets of Dutch down there. They keep on annoying us and coming back. We currently have well over 100 divisions. We've got a lot defending. Ah, so the French have come in here and secured the Panama Canal. Because what we don't want is the States to send down forces there, because essentially we have given up naval supremacy to focus on land. So we're going to be pushing into the border of Texas. The Italians want to send me 8 divisions. I'm going to decline that because you guys actually need reinforcements back in Italy. So we're starting to make a push here on the left coast. We might be able to take San Diego. Tech-wise, advanced camouflage pattern is probably the play. We're going with field hospitals and stuff. We have 4.2 million manpower as we have South America fully under our control. It's the 1st of July, 1943. We currently have nukes on the way as well, so we'll be able to deal with them. Yeah, so they're trying to move units over here. Oh, Romania's being called in. So the war in the Eastern Front has massively come out. So they've actually, yeah, so Belgium has capitulated, but the Dutch is still hanging on there. The Latin bloc there as well. Oh, damn, Franco probably could have helped us out in this one. So their French force is trying to hold us. We've just taken Los Angeles, and we've got Brazilian tanks pushing up. Most of my army is made up of South Americans and Brazilian equipment. We haven't really got too much artillery nor armoured tanks. We're fighting with mostly light. But with the help of Mexico, we're slowly but surely swarming the southern United States, taking Texas, Arizona, and now California. We have 3 main battle groups. One pushing westward to the North Pacific, trying to secure Washington State. The other one's going to Michigan, one to Florida, and then to seize the capital of DC. So it looks like the Japanese puppets are actually trying to help us out there as well, along with German reinforcements. We've basically gone down the military economical side of the tree, where I would say we've probably caught up now, military and manpower. Well, we've always had the manpower, but military and civilian faction wise, because we were lagging a little bit behind. Now, yeah, the thing is, like, can we actually push into Panama, because it's a really crucial zone to take if we can. It does allow naval invasion through the Pacific to the Atlantic. But there seems to be 6 French forces, because the thing is, right, when Germany capitulated the French, it actually made it more difficult for us, because although that when France capitulates, they still get their navy, and they basically get fled back to Africa, so they actually get pushed closer to us. That's why they've been annoying us in South America. So we're actually getting a reactor soon as well. That's fine. We're still slowly but surely pushing against the States, but it's going to be a slog and a hard one, because the later it gets, the harder it is to attack the States. Same with the Soviets, because they go through their depression and economical reforms and they fix everything up properly, bring in new generals, and we probably really don't have the anti-tank capabilities. We're probably going to have to rely on potentially the Germans to try and help us out. But there's a lot of military forces there. Honduras, Mexicans, Brazilians, swallowing up the States. So we're taking the south here, and Catholic Mexico is going to be the owner for now. But we're basically going to make it the United States of Brazil. We might have to hold things off here, replenish and repair, and then continue on with the attack. Yeah, so French are trying to help them, which is really quite cool. Role-playing wise, you'd think that the French would help out the States quite a bit. Time for the November offensive now. We're slowly but surely pushing into the flyover states. as Oregon and California have capitulated. The Comintern has actually invaded in Central America here, and once again, the Germans are really sort of held off here. There's even some fighting breaking out in Italy, which isn't good. Sweden has gone and done the dirty there towards Archi. Yeah, so the British are trying to naval invade Italy. I think they've got it. I think they're okay, but maybe I'm being too optimistic. I was pessimistic at the start, but then they thought they might claw it back. It's just getting too late. It's getting to 1943. They really should be in a far superior position than what they are. The Mexicans are massively helping us out here, which is fantastic. Maybe I should give them some border states. This war is really concerning me. Yeah. So they're fighting alright there. There's just pockets. They won in Italy, but the Belgium and essentially D-Day is happening on the west there. Heroes on the production, that's fine. Alright, we've nearly taken the States. It's nearly taken a full year. That's what you have to do when you attack the States. You have to take a breather, replenish, repair, get the divisions up and then go. Reform and then go again. Because the States is sort of a tricky place to take. So we've mostly conquered the West. It's the East Coast now. But the thing is with the States, they have such tremendous will and sort of resilience. They're still fighting to the bitter end. Yeah, so I guess in this time period, they're still very much like a 350,000 unofficial militia. well, that's what they are in real life, but here in this, they're probably a similar thing. We managed to take the Panama Canal, which is cool. Right, so we've actually basically done the west. What am I saying west? This is left side of the tech tree with the military and civic buffs. Now we can go into like Air Force and military as well. Okay, zooming in here now, we actually have bombs at our disposal. So the Brazilians are going to develop the first nukes. So we got fat man, a little man. What's like a Brazilian for that? A fat man, a little man. Big Brazil, little Portugal. How about that? We'll drop that on Washington, D.C. So with the states now falling, we're actually bordering with Canada now. Michigan's about to fall. The Midwest has fallen, along with Central US and the South, and the East is not looking too good. We're slowly but surely ferrying our planes from Central America. So we're taking airports in Michigan. The thing is with the states, they've got some fantastic air bases and runways, so if we can deploy them over the top, we'll be fine. But what a series we've had. It's 1942. I'm surprised how long it's taken us to actually do this. To be honest, I thought we'd probably be in this situation at 1940. It's taken me a lot longer, to be honest, just because of the grind in South America. So Brazilian forces, along with Mexicans, are trying to push into Washington, D.C. We'll try and secure Baltimore as well. And they're still holding out. So we're actually bordering with the Canadians now, so we might be able to take them out as well. We'll just have to see. To defeat the Allies, we just need to get rid of the British once the States and Canadians fall. So we might have to go after them after this. We'll just have to see. Because I don't know even if I do help out the Germans, if it's going to work. 78%. We might be able to drop the bomb on Washington. We've got some more additional ammunition. And they want me to be called to arms. No, thank you. What can we go with here? So we've got 1945 rifles eventually. We've gone through all the construction that I like. Maybe production, actually, that'll do. Yeah, it's a little bit back and forth here. We do have the Air Force for it. We're just going to have to throw everyone in to change the tide. There we go. We're going to be able to get aerial supremacy easily. So basically, I guess we've captured all of the American scientists and we've made them create the first nuke. So we're probably going to be able to drop it on the States. Man, oh man. The Brazilians are going to smash the States. They're going to drop the first bomb. I can't actually drop it on the Eastern Front right now, because that could be a play. No, because you never know. They do have aerial supremacy, the Germans over here, somehow. It doesn't look likely. I can't drop it down here either. No, I think we'll just have to do it on our own. I just thought we could drop it now real quick. No, doesn't look likely. Canada's capitulated before the States. Really? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Whoa, that's border gore up there, though. That's crazy. We've got 2 nukes now, and we should be able to drop the first one on the States, surely. But yeah, Romania's pushed up there. That's weird. So they've They've actually made a buffer zone between them. Or no, sorry. It looks like they have, but they haven't. Oh, Romania. Right. Well, it's time to drop the first bomb on Washington. We should be able to push through and take the capital. Surely that's it. So let's drop it. Here we go, guys. Brazil is about to officially nuke the United States. Washington has fallen. The atomic bombing of Washington, D.C. Wow. We've really rewrote history this time around. It only took to the 10th of April, 1944. We've still got more where that came from as well. Italian, German, headed and commanded by Brazilian forces. Surely the US will capitulate here today. So we've got to focus on probably the British next. And depending on how things go, we might need to go help out the Germans. We'll just have to say. So we should be able to waltz into Washington now. There we go. Is that going to capitulate them? Surely you'd think it must. They've fled back to Staten Island. Just try and swarm in, because they are still holding out. It's going to go to 1945. That's what happens when you fight the Americans so late. You're better off. Because normally, I can't remember when I got rid of them in my Germany campaign. I must have got rid of the States early, 1940, 1942. Because I do recommend it. If you can get, look, if you're playing as a major power, it makes things tremendously easier. Oh, the States have gone. Perfect. So it's not going to end the war because they're a part of the Allies, and we still got get rid of the British, because Catholic Mexico is going to rule it. Even though we capitulated Canada, they've managed to basically bring some of it back, which is weird. Maybe they're still technically capitulated. That's odd. But yeah, you need to go against the Soviets and the States as a major power a lot quicker, because you end up burning 1 or 2 years just trying to take them out. So we'll eventually make it the United States of Brazil when we, I guess, conquer the British, because that's going to be a logistical nightmare. It's going to take us a little while to do that, but now we have control of the East Atlantic seaboard. It should make things a lot easier. So guys, unfortunately, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 3 of my Hearts of Iron 4 Road to 56 modded Brazilian campaign. What an episode we've had here today. We've managed to help and liberate and secure Mexico from another revolution. Because the amount of rebellions they had was just crazy. But Catholic fascist Mexico has managed to rule it, because they had other fascist stuff as well. They had the Revolutionary Guard come in, and then some democratic tendencies and stuff, but we've got them under our control, which is fantastic. If we had to invade a democratic Mexico, it would have made the invasion of the United States probably 10 times harder. We've united South America under a Brazilian banner, and now we've secured the Brazilian United States. So well and truly our military and civic power is going to be supreme. So main thing now that we've secured the states, we're basically going to be able... We don't get their navy directly. However, we're going to have access to the west and east coast ports. So we're going to be able to build a tremendous navy to rival that of the British. We have a united Americas, North, Central and South, under Axis and Brazilian control. So I guess we have to go over and help out the Germans, because it's going to 1944 now, and they should have wrapped things up. I just think they've bitten off more than what they can chew. Maybe it's a little bit my fault by bringing in the comment term, but hey, so be it. We got to focus on the the British next, rather, and depending on how things go, we have to help out the Germans, but I don't know how we're going to do that, because it's like the supply is going to be too difficult there. We might just have to support them, Navy, Air Force, and basically nukes-wise. I think that's probably the way we're going to have to play it. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.